Hi, Mr. Simon here, and I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm a little stir crazy from being stuck at home, but my family and I are healthy and well, and I hope that you are safe and well, and your family is doing fine too. Um, some big changes to the AP exam for this spring. The College Board announced these just yesterday, Friday, March 20th. The exam's going to be much shorter, just 45 minutes long. You're going to be able to take it at home on a smart device like a phone, tablet, or a computer. And I think it's probably just going to be um, uh, a free response test. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the official College Board announcement, you can see first off, they only refer to free response questions in the description. Now, they tell us there's going to be more coming up in terms of information on April 3rd. We do know that there's going to be two different testing dates, an early one and a late one, and you'll be able to choose whether you feel like you're ready to go, you want to take the test early, or if you want some more time to prepare. You're going to be able to take it at home, and then you can submit it possibly by taking a photo and uploading the photo of your written work, and that's going to be graded by a person. And they've told us that it's not going to cover all the material that it normally would. It's only going to cover about 70%. So the College Board divides the course up into 10 units. It's only going to cover the first 7. I'll show you what that means in a second. Now, we don't know. They haven't been specific about the question types, but we do know there's going to be free response, and we know there's going to be 2 dates, but they haven't told us what those dates are yet. If you look at the 10 units the College Board uses, the ones they're not going to cover are 2D arrays, inheritance, and recursion. And we spent a lot of time on all of that. Yeah, should also know the College Board uses plagiarism detection software. They've been doing this type of submission with AP Computer Science Principles, and I worked as a reader, what they call the human graders who grade this work. And we were told that all the submissions had been gone through the plagiarism detection software first before we looked at it. So then we looked at it, and we would get a scan that would show up on our computer monitor of the student's program, and we would go and look through it, looking for specific bullet points and assigning points based on whether they met those bullet points. So it sounds like it's going to be something similar for the Java exam, but we're going to know for sure on April 3rd. I think these changes are good news. They're going to make it much easier for Lowell students to prepare for and take the exam. There's only one topic on sorting that we really haven't covered, and that's a small one. We should be able to get ready by the May exam, no problem. So really just a small bit we want to cover, and then it's mostly going to be reviewed to get ready. So this means you should probably prioritize at this point. So since they're eliminating 2D arrays and recursion, Minesweeper is not a big priority. So if you're still working on Minesweeper, I would say set that aside. We can skip over that as time permits. Not a big priority. Certainly fractals, which use recursion, not a big priority. And then any recursive searching functions. So in the previous assignments on searching and searching 2, we had 5 functions that used recursion. And then on the linear and binary searching functions assignment, we had 2 recursive functions. Feel free to skip those. If you haven't submitted those assignments yet, go ahead. You can just not do the ones with the red star, and you'll be fine. And this is also going to reduce the amount that I was going to do up to the exam. So we have this new topic sorting. This is going to eliminate about half of the problems in the coding bat because merging doesn't show up till Unit 10, so that's not a big priority. Inheritance is not going to be tested, so that means in the FRQs I was planning on reviewing, we can eliminate the meal FRQ and the random string chooser because they use an inheritance. And then these 4 over here are 2D array problems, and that's not going to be tested either. So in terms of priorities and time, I would skip those unless you have the time and interest to do them. Now, that still leaves a lot of potentially confusing topics that people should spend some time reviewing. And now's a good time because we're still waiting for direction from the district about when we can start online instruction. So this would be a good time to go back and look at some of these previous confusing topics. And a good place to do this is CS Awesome. This is a free website, and it's interactive, It has instructions and multiple choice questions that you can do to go back and review. And a good one you might want to take a look at is, well, here are some topics: pointers, math.random, public, private, getters and setters, static, this, the enhanced for each loop, binary search, and then people are usually confused about the difference between selection and insertion sort. So I'll show you how this works. If we go over to the website, there's a little bit of instructions here. References is another name for pointers, and we can see that they're going to explain a little bit about this turtle class, and we've got a couple turtle constructors here, and we want to know which of these declarations and initializations is going to make a new turtle that has XY coordinates of 50 and 150 and is in this world 1 object. So we've got two versions of the constructor. We've got one that just takes a world. We've got one that takes an X and a Y and a world. And we're going to look down here for a constructor that would, or a call that would match the constructor and give us those two coordinates in that world. Well, we can eliminate the first one. There's no arguments there, and the two constructors we have, one takes one argument, one takes three, right? So we can eliminate that 2 argument constructor there. So that leaves these guys down here. So we have a 1 argument constructor, and then we have 2 that are calling a 3 argument constructor. So we're going to try and figure out which one would give us that turtle with the X and Y at 50 and 150 and correctly place it in that particular world. So you can choose your choice here, click check me to check it, compare me to get some more information, and then there's another one down here about, well, what if we were going to add another default no argument constructor to this class? What would we write for that first line? They call that the signature. I'd call that the header. And so it's a free website. It's interactive, gives you a little bit of information, and then you can check your answers. And that would be a good one to work through while we wait to hear more about when we're set to go with online learning. So feel free to contact me if you got any questions, and thank you so much for watching.